5 o'clock kickoff against West Ham 1-0 to get what feels like a really important win for Everton in their quest for Europe. It feels like over the past kind of month or so they've been stagnating because of injuries and kind of a misfiring attack really, but I'd say they probably did deserve to win the game. XG put them slightly ahead. And, if you look at just the basic numbers, they tested Fabianski, and West Ham was so irritating. I thought Antonio did his best, but it just wasn't sticking. They were playing the ball around a lot, but there was no real penetration necessarily. And, when you look at, the lineups, I think West Ham have so much central midfield issues. I think Thomas Soucek and Rice have been brilliant all season, but when one gets injured, which hasn't really been the case this season, they've kind of just been playing these guys every single week, right? And putting Lanzini, I like Lanzini, I do, but he's not a central midfielder. He should be playing in one of these two positions, one of these three positions. And playing here, it doesn't suit him. And for me, it limits Thomas Soucek's game because for me, Soucek's not a DM. He's a box-to-box guy. He's in this space. But now he's kind of have to play in Declan Rice's game. And he can do it. I'm not saying he can't do it, but it's not something he's natural for. So that did worry me when I looked at the lineup. And when you looked at Everton's team, I thought Carlo Ancelotti got it really right. I think, for me, Yerry Mina is so important to Everton. Whenever I watch Everton, they need Yerry Mina in that defence. And I think Coleman only can really play wing-back at this point in his career. He's very limited. And I think playing a front two helps Richarlison a lot. I think Yerry Mina was a big plus point. And I think, when you look at the table, right, this is the table after the game. It's not impossible for West Ham to get Champions League, but I think they're probably out of it now. And the issue for them is you don't really want to drop out the European places. You want to finish top 7, and I think they've probably got that locked. I can't really see them dropping below 7th. But Everton are on the rise, man. If they win their game in hand and Liverpool win the game in hand, you don't want to lose this, or it kind of feels like a nothing season. And look, even getting 7th for West Ham would be amazing. Even 8th, because I think 8th you get in that Conference League, right? But I thought Everton, they won because of their defence, right? I don't think their attack's firing. I think, especially Richarlison. If you look at Richarlison, right, he's 24 tomorrow, and he's a £50 million player. I love Richarlison. I think he's class, but six goals, 3 assists. He is underperforming his XG a little bit, but for me, Richarlison is a brilliant footballer, but he's very good in the air. He's a decent passer. He does shoot a lot, but he's not kicked on. For me, he's not good enough on the ball. He gives the ball away a lot, and for me, he just hasn't really kicked on in the way I expected him to. But they were lucky that Dominic Calvert-Lewin was clinical, and that, because the thing is, in the first 20 minutes or so, Everton looked really slow, and I think Everton do lack pace. I think in the summer they need a guy either on the wing back, or if they play a back four, in this kind of 10 role or off the left. They need some pace. They lack so much pace, Everton, but their defence kind of bailed them out today. I thought that they defended brilliantly, and it felt like a lot of the game was kind of just each team cancelling each other out. It took, from what I'd say is probably an individual error from Craig Dawson. He should have done better against Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And look, West Ham, even if they lose all their remaining games, they've still had an incredible season. But you don't want it to fizzle out. I thought Lingard had a good game. I thought Antonio had a really good game. I think Antonio and Dominic Calvert-Lewin basically do the same job, just in different clubs. Ben Rama worries me a bit. I get that he hasn't played loads. He's only played 1,200 minutes. But 5 assists, no goals. It's not terrible. But for a guy that costs, 25 million quid, and he's 25, he's going to be 26 in a few months. He's not young. And I'd expect better from a player of his quality. And I don't think David Moyes has really found the balance for him. And look, Everton have a great away record. There's no shame in losing to them. But Ben Rama should have scored that chance. They had chances to win this game. And this kind of, for me, if West Ham won this game, that's Europe done. They've secured it. Whereas now it kind of blows it wide open. And, look, if you look at the Premier League fixtures coming up, there are big games coming up. Leicester could drop points. Everton could drop points against Villa. Tottenham could drop points against Wolves. I still think both these sides will get Europe probably. I can't, especially with the game in hand Everton have. But you don't want this season to kind of just fizzle out, and it feels like a lack of central midfield investment for West Ham could cost them, because their attack's been fine, their defence has been solid, but you can't just rely on two guys, you know. And Lanzini went off as well, and I don't really know who they're going to play in there now. And it's a big concern going into the final few games. Everton, I think Carlo Ancelotti's done an okay job, but Carlo Ancelotti's a manager who needs good players. You know, he's a stabiliser. He gets the best out of what he got, but he's not going to make people better necessarily. And they need investment in that squad. Otherwise, Everton are kind of just going to be stuck in this 8th position. And next season, when Arsenal, Wolves, and maybe Villa get better, you could see them dropping down. But overall, I thought it was a solid game. I think Everton did deserve to win it in the end, based on, you know, their defence more than anything. But I wouldn't be too disheartened if I was a West Ham fan. I think they have decent games coming up. You know, if you look at West Ham's fixtures coming up, they're okay, I guess. You know, Brighton, West Brom, and Brighton. I don't think Brighton are great, and they've got that Lewis Dunk injury. West Brom are terrible; they'll already be relegated by then. And Southampton have nothing to play for. I wouldn't be that worried if I was a West Ham fan. Everton, again, I'll back them to get 7th. So, especially after this win. But yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. There'll be more videos coming out, or you can go and check out some of my old videos. And peace.